from somebody that is a Christian or from the other kind of religion or whoever kind of religion, your choice of words, mannerism of approach is important, because if you use the wrong word which is against the belief system of that person, you are in soup. Yes. I have seen in some part of this nation, Nigeria, some people say what they said on social media, and because of that, some people lynched them because they felt they were free to talk, but what they said was an abomination in somebody's religious belief system. There is a law of development, and development is an intentional thing that you must do. It has to do with growth. And one of the areas I would like us to look at today under development is what I call potent communication strategies. These are keys for effective communication, or what we call interaction principles. Man is a spirit, man has a soul, man lives in a body. A man has been created by God to be a social being. And because man is a social being, he must talk, communicate with another man. By man, I mean male or female. For him to express his emotions, for him to build relationship, and for him to do business. And if you want to be and stay in business, you must learn how to talk. If you fail to use the principles of communication effectively, you will lose your sphere of contact. And that's why it's important that you look inwards as we move on to ask yourself, what's my communication skills like? Am I communicating effectively at somebody in business? Am I communicating effectively at somebody in a relationship? Am I communicating effectively at somebody that wants to attract people to myself, to become a man or a woman of influence? So words are very important. You must know that even in the scriptures, the Bible said that words are spirits. Words are spirits. You don't joke with words. You don't use them anyhow. You can kill somebody with your word. You can destroy life with your word. You can also amend, make, build lives with your word. So because words are important in this sphere of existence, it's important that you are very sensitive to your choice of words. So what are the principles for effective communication? Number one is the law of motive. The motive there is the purpose of the talking, the purpose of the interaction, the purpose of the speaking. If the motive is wrong, the communication will be wrong. If the motive is right, the communication will be right. You can have a right motive, but a wrong presentation. So communication starts with your motive. Why do you want to talk to her in that manner? Why do you want to talk to him in that manner? What's the reason behind why you want to say what you want to say, where you want to say it, and how you want to say it? So motive is the number one principle in communication. Number two, you must have a vivid understanding of the belief system of who the person is you are talking with. Yes. Yes. If you are communicating with people from another kind of background, you must be able to settle for their level. It's important. For example, religious status. Talking from somebody that is a Christian or from the other kind of religion or whoever kind of religion, your choice of words, mannerism of approach is important, because if you use the wrong word which is against the belief system of that person, you are in soup. Yes. I have seen in some part of this nation, Nigeria, some people say what they said on social media, and because of that, some people lynched them because they felt they were free to talk, but what they said was an abomination in somebody's religious belief system. So, an overview of who you're talking to the kind of belief system a person has. It's important in communication. It will help you to be effective. Your choice of words, what to say, the cultural background of that person. That's all encompassing in the belief system. The cultural background of that person, the tribe of that person. Yes, it's important to know so that you don't go beyond the borders. And that's why, as a communicator, you must be vast to understand what is accepted in an area and what is not accepted in an area. And if you are careless not to pay attention to people's belief system, you will not win in communication. Communication is so important that it's by communication we get our wives. Yes, it's by communication you get the husband, you got. It's by communication you got a job. They called you for an interview and you came, the person had to listen to you to know what you have upstairs. You can have something good upstairs, and if you don't communicate right, that job is not coming your way. So communication is very important, and because it's important, the principle of understanding people's belief system, the person you are talking to, is very important. Number 3, understanding of the gender. Yes, if you're talking to a woman, there's a way to talk to her. Women are designed to be emotional beings. They are wired to be pampered. And if you are talking to a woman and you are not sensitive about that gender sensitivity, you may say the right things, but destroy the woman because you are not sensitive that she's a woman. Men are egocentric beings. They like to be honored, respected. I've never seen is in this our world these days we hear we call men baby, sugar, honey, diabetes, all these things. Very sweet things. But the normal African man, we grew up knowing that men answer names like Ebubedike, Ogekibia, Odogumoke, Ekalaka, Ebolabo, Ichie One. There is no two in their name. It must be Omekachie One. All those things shows you that they like honor. So when you're talking to a man, especially when it's a discussion that is not formal, you must massage his ego. Yes, that's what they see as love. That's what they see as respect. So it's not like I want to tell him what I want to tell him. Let him know that I want to tell him. I can talk to him anyhow. No. You're making a blunder. You're making a blunder. You can still tell him what you want to tell him, but in a way that is honorable, a way with respect. So you must understand the gender. Gender factor is important. Now, age bracket is another thing that you must call in communication. Age bracket. The way you talk to elders is not the same way you talk to your peer group. It's not the same you talk to this Gen Z generation. It's not the way you talk to children. You must understand that even children, they are impatient, they are selfish, they cannot stay for hours in a meeting. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you've lost their concentration. I cannot come to children and I'm using big grammar. No. You come down to their level, use basic, simple things that they can understand, and you pass the message. Sometimes you use songs, you use rhymes. Why? Because of their age. So when communicating, you must also look at the age range of who you are talking with. You can talk to an elder, and you are like, no. When you come before an elder, you speak and you listen. You speak and you listen. No matter what you think you know, you listen. By experience, there are things that elder has covered, and even with your PhD, DDD, DSED, or whatever, passing sense is not passing school. So that's something about understanding the age range and age bracket. Then another principle is in communication, there are formal communication. By formal, I mean business environments. And there is an informal communication which has to do with family, loved ones, your baby girl, your sugar, your honey, and all that. If you use the communication skill you are using for your husband to talk to your boss in the office, that's sexual harassment. You may be sending some signals to that girl, to that lady in the office, saying because the girl you're calling her, baby, come and help me do that. Are you mad? Why are you baby the girl that is working under you? That's erroneous. That's wrong. So in other communication, you must be able to differentiate that this is formal, this is business. Then this one isn't formal, this has to do with family, relationship, friendship. Two of them are not the same thing. You don't use the same skill in two of them. The other one is more emotional. The other one is patterned to be under vision and target and purpose. When you're giving something to do, produce performance currency, produce results, give your results sharp, and don't say, I don't know, the way the CEO didn't even look at me to comment on my clothes today. Are you, or this is my HR or not, the way she talks to me, she didn't even call me baby today. Hello, why should he call her? Why should he baby? You are in an organization, it's a system, it's a formal platform. So you must understand whether it's formal, whether it's informal. Other principles for potent communication strategies for you to be able to communicate right and get the job done by your words. It's what we call the law of timing. Knowing when to say it. You can have the right thing to say, but if you say it the wrong timing, that thing you're saying is wrong. It's important for you to check the time of your sharing. For example, maybe a family system, you have your husband did something and he's just coming back from work. So tired, exhausted. Just by the door, he's dying. No. Who was calling you? I saw you in one restaurant. No, you are sincerely foolish. Yes. Why? Because in Ecclesiastes, they say there's a time to talk, there's a time to keep quiet. You must know that timing in communication is important. Now, that timing takes us to the next one, the tone of your voice. The tone of your voice is also necessary in communication. There's a time to raise that voice, there's a time to bring down that voice. You must not keep shouting. No. You'll be a mad dog. And when this person is talking, and this person is also talking, at the same time, don't everybody shouting. There's no communication. Because two wrongs cannot make a right. So in communication, your tone is important. The tone of your voice. There's a time to raise the voice. But if you train yourself well, you must not raise the voice to talk. Because quietness carries dignity. Yes, there's an aura you carry by. Just give the instruction and stand on your instruction. You must not shout to make the other person feel lesser. It's not needed. You just give your words are powerful. You don't need to shout it to make it very potent. No, you just say it and just keep it there. Then the person knows that there's nothing to shout. The power is within. So your tone of your voice is important in communication. Then you must love the speaker. If you don't like the speaker, you will not get anything from the speaker. Because when the speaker is not somebody that you like, for example, through research, it has been shown that a lot of students in their primary or secondary school that don't like any of their teachers don't do well in that course. You hear people say, I don't like maths, I don't like English, I don't like physics, I don't like chemistry. If you check it very well, it all began from the teacher. Who is that teacher? So once the student loses interest from the teacher, the student will not be able to grasp that area. Why? Because you must love the speaker. Yes, you must love the speaker. Love for the speaker. Whom you love to listen to. love to listen to. And because you love the speaker, in communication, maintain eye contact. There's something about your eyes, especially when you're talking, maybe a customer, it makes it look convincing. That you are bold about what you have. And there's such authority, exuding energy from your eyes. It's not the one that's why sometimes if you find out this male and female relationship under love and romance, once the woman starts falling, cannot maintain eye contact again, she becomes shy. Why? Because love don't come. But once you are bold and you look at the person's eyeball to eyeball and tell the person, yes, this is this, 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 it helps your communication. Because one of the things you must take home is that your eye is power. Your eyes are your windows of your spirit. Say it.
Eyes are my windows of my spirit.
Say, I am a spirit.
I am a spirit.
My eyes are my windows.
Eyes are my windows.
So this empirical world.
It
It means the third dimensional. Sorry, it means the physical. That's what it means. So with your spirit relates with this third dimensional world through your eyes. So as you are communicating, you must use your eyes. Very important. Now, good usage of the language is important in communication. Good usage of language. You cannot be an effective communicator if you are like telling me to talk to people in French. I can't do that because I'm not very good in French. Yes, I just can pick few words but cannot express myself clearly. But if you tell me to speak English, I think I'm doing well. I'm trying. If you say Igbo, okay. If you say Greek, even if I speak Greek, the person listening to me, can she understand? So good usage of the language is in two parts. You, speaker, and the listener. And that brings us to an important key in communication. There is always an encoder and a decoder. So who is an encoder? Encoder is the speaker, decoder is the listener. So whether you, in every area, you must listen to process. You must listen to assimilate, to understand. Now in communication, as you are communicating and the person does not have a listening grace or ability, the person will be a poor communicator. For example, somebody is telling you something and you are like, finish, let me start, finish, let me know. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Listen first, no matter what your anger, how you are boiling, you must listen. Listening ability gives you more an upper hand in communication for you to process, know what to answer back, know where to make corrections when necessary, adjustments when necessary, and absorb. If you don't listen, you may be a talkative. You just keep talking. You want to be heard, superiority mentality, and your ego is just there. You want to just give instruction, dish out instruction, and you are the queen that must be obeyed, or king that must be obeyed. No, sometimes listen to people. Be calm. Shut down your ego and listen. When you listen, you will process and give you feedback. So listening is important. Sometimes stay and process what people have told you. Because if you are not a good listener, you cannot be a good communicator. And human beings want to, they love people that listen to them, especially women. Sometimes you come back home and the woman is just saying, you've been busy today, what happened to you? And she just wants you to just listen. Not just listen to me. Give me your ears. It helps relationships. Environmental factor. If you have the right thing to say and you are saying it in a wrong environment, let me give you a practical example of something that happened in New Haven. A brother wanted to tell his sister in church, from one of the churches in India with them, still here. The brother was moved by the Spirit. You understand what I mean? To talk to the sister about getting married, so wanted to propose to the sister. So they came back from church. But then it shot there. Walked. The sister got to the dustbin bus stop of New York. the best place shop here. You have taken me there. At least the AC will help me. Environment. If you have said it in church, where I was just with you seated, and you came to a dustbin bus stop where they throw trash, you are telling me something good, but the wrong environment. So that's what we call environmental factor. For example, your wife did something and you want to correct your wife. And you're correcting your wife before your children, raising your voice before subjects, before your relatives. You are sincerely foolish. You're saying the right thing, correcting her, yes, you have the right to say you're in a relationship, what you don't like. But the environment where you say it is the wrong atmosphere. The next thing is the law of mood. Before talking to people, look at them. Yes, be considerate. Look at people's mood. That's what we call temperamental issue. Be able to study people's temperaments. Whether the person is a sanguine, whether it's a melancholy, whether it's a choleric or phlegmatic. Understand people's temperaments. Yes. If you don't understand temperaments, temperament will happen to you. You'll be shocked that one day the person will diffuse with blood. You say, I don't know this one. No, he has been there. But the person, this is a shock absorber. The person couldn't take the shock anymore. That's why the person reacted. So under communication, you must check the mood of the listener or the mood of the speaker. Under communication, there is what we call intro, the body, and conclusion. These three levels, as you communicate with people, you must be able to understand there's an introductory part of it. There's a main body part of it that talks about what you want to talk about or sell. And there's a conclusion part of it. You must master to know when you to use the introduction, which has to do with definition, salutation, the body, which is the main business, and the conclusion, which is the driving force to conclude the business. If any comes before the other, you may lose out from that business deal. So the intro, the body, and the conclusion part, you must know it as a good communicator. It's important that you are intentional to know which one should come first and which one should come second. That's why we also encourage communications to smile. Yes, sometimes you smile. Commend the people you want to talk with. For example, look at a girl that you want to, that just came, you say, hello, good morning, morning. Well, that's a nice perfume I have. You have there. Say, oh, thank you. And you start talking. By that commendation, you have opened up an emotional bank account, made some deposits on the person. It's important we do such things. Oh, I like the clothes you're wearing. Don't do it, just touch it a little bit. I like the perfume you're wearing. That's a good one. I like your hair. It's a fine one. Well, that's good. So how are you today? Like, whether you like the hair, you don't like the hair, comment on the hair. That's important. Comment on the hair. Talk about the hair. Commendation is important. Yes, you commend people. That was a nice one. We're happy to have you. Good to see. Use kind words. Be choicy with your words. Use kind words. We're happy to have you. Oh, you are amazing. That was fantastic. Yes. Now, what if I want to correct somebody? Use what I call the sandwich principle. What's the sandwich principle? Commend, correct, and commend. Everybody say it. Commend, correct,
and comment.
again. Correct,
And comment.
That's a very good way of talking to people. For example, somebody did a job and dropped it, and you maybe just look at the person and say, wow, this is just very fantastic. You know, your hand is getting strong in graphic design. We like what you're doing. But I suggest, I think that I'd love to, if this color blended with this thing well, maybe next time it's going to make it better. The only thing is that all get there. You're doing so well. Thank you. Just that alone, the person will understand. I need to correct myself. But if they tell you that and you are like, no. This thing is very wrong. No, you didn't do it right. No, my own is I say it like that. That's why you're a devil. That's the truth. Your words are devilish. You are a killer. You kill people everywhere you go. That's why you're rejected everywhere. The words are powerful. How can you tell someone talk to people anyhow? Destroy their
Destiny.
emotion, their image. No, don't talk to people like that. For example, somebody comes with a very decent clothes. Say you're a clothes seemingly looking decent. So this clothes is very fine on you. You know, you're a very pretty girl. God bless you. What's that your name again? Thank you so much. I love you. This clothes went down a little bit. I think I've covered a lot of things. There's something about you that God loves. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a nice day. Have you corrected the girl? Have you corrected it? That's that principle. You comment, you correct in love, and you do what? You commend back. The commending back is an embellishment. So the person goes with this. It's actually a scale. I'll give you one personal testimony. One of the days when I got married newly, my wife was pregnant, and the pregnancy has gotten to 8 months, 9 months. And at that stage, they don't feel like wearing anything. So sometimes they just wake up. I don't know why that mood is like that. I've never been pregnant as a man. I'll never be. So
Is this one?
so one of the days she woke up, wore one gown. I was very transparent. She was leaving the house. Her hair was not done, well done. She was wearing slippers that were not cleaned. And I looked at her and said, Mama, in her gown, how long? Are you going to work? She said, yes, so she's going to work. I looked at her and said, fine girl. Oh, if a lady. I got money chat on, but if a lady. Why? She did all stuff. And after that, I told her, please, this your clothes is very transparent. All right? Go and wear something inside to help you. She said, she's so tired. I said, I'll do your hair for you. I'll come with the hair. Mom, this slipper, let me clean it for you. She brought the slippers. I helped her clean the slippers. Helped her pack the hair. She wore something inside to them. I said, now, you're now my child. Come, let me drop you off. But some men will not feel like, look at you. So you are not a harlot. So that's why you are dressing everywhere. You must tell me who the person is in that your office that you are. In fact, you have not even. How can you dress like this? Don't you know you're a married woman? Don't you know you're a married woman? No, she has not been like that. It's a condition that I put her in.
Oh.
So, you say it. So you can tell people the right thing, embellish it with love. Embellish it with love. And they will never forget your speaking manner. It's important. There's what we call your body carriage as you talk. Never talk with people and you are like, all your body is showing. No, you are not mad. You work on yourself to hold yourself. Or maybe somebody's talking with you, you are doing things like this. You are waggling as if you're a dog, waggling your tail, wagging your tail or something. You're shaking your waist, you're putting your mind. Speak first. Finish that and I'll finish it. That's not communication. You are not a market woman. No. You're educated. You are a queen, you are a king. Compose yourself. Whatever the person is doing to disdain you, never feel disdain. Don't give the person the receipt that the person has the power to control emotion. No, just be calculative and finish. Focus on your point and keep hitting your point. It helps. That's royalty in communication. Don't shake yourself doing like this. Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you go to school? Why did you go to school? Courage. Everyone say courage.
Courage.
Carry yourself kingly. Carry yourself royal. Like a royal person. Carry yourself well. Refuse to let wrong words intimidate you. Refuse it. Never accept it. Because what you accept as insult becomes insult. Yes. Communication is so important because in the law court, you communicate. In the marketplace, you communicate. To do business, you communicate. In your family, you communicate. To share or dispense information, you communicate. And if you don't understand the technology of communication, you will lose out in life. I beckon on you. Apply these principles and become a master in interaction. Thank you.